Ba-da-ba, 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 ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Welcome into the Fantasy Football Family Feud here at DynastyNerds.com. We have the Matt O'Hara family. Matt, how's it going?
Hey, here I am, guys. What's going on? We're happy to be here.
And we have the Rich Dotson family.
Oh, man, it feels so good to be here. I'm just going to cross the tables here, seeing the Matt O'Hara family. Just by looks alone, we know we're better than them, and we could beat them. So I'm feeling very confident today, Mr. Price.
Woo! Some fighting words right off the rip. So today we are playing Family Feud, and here's how it's going to work. Just like the everyone's favorite American game show, we will have different surveys that will get put up. These guys will have the opportunity to answer the question, answer the survey. If they have the top response, they get to choose to either play or pass. If they have any response that's not the number one overall response, the other person gets an opportunity to give their answer, and if it is a better answer than the other, then they get to play. Any questions?
How much cash am I going to win?
All the dots and dollars in the world.
I'm going to be so mediocrely poor.
So it's like totally useless, but all right, let's do it.
How do those convert to Stanley nickels? All right, so let's start off. We're going to start off with a coin flip. We've got tails. We've got heads. Rich, call it in the air.
Let me get that head, please.
All right.
Tails never fails, man. You got to get that tails.
Oh, tails. It's tails.
Told you.
So, Matt, you will get to go first in our Fantasy Football Family Feud.
I cannot wait. Let's do this. Yep.
Now, if your response is not the number one response, Rich will also get a chance to respond. If you get the number one, you can just decide to play or pass right off the rip.
All right, sweet. Can I get a category on this thing or anything, or we just going right off of nothingness? All
no,
right,
there's I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
This isn't Jeopardy, nerd.
Yeah, this is
I'm getting these things all confused. All right, let's go.
All right, Wheel of Fortune. Spin that wheel. No, here we go.
No whammies, no whammies.
All right, Matt. Remember, top 100. We surveyed 100 people, 100 nerd herders to be exact. Top 7 answers are on the board. Top 7 answers are on the board. Okay.
Got you.
Here we go. All right, Matt. Which young wide receiver will break out this season?
Oh, which young wide? I mean, that's so hard. That's so broad.
Yeah, this isn't factual. This is opinion based by the.
This is all
survey.
opinion stuff.
Yeah, think what the people think.
What do the people want?
Well, I'm bad at
what the people
pulling
need
names out of a hat as well. So, Garret Wilson.
What if you actually?
Let's just say Garret Wilson. He's gonna.
Garret Wilson is the number 3 response with 7 points. So number 3 response with 7 points. So there is 2 potential options that were voted a little bit higher. Rich, who would you say is the breakout young receiver for this year?
Well, Mr. Garret Price, I'm glad I didn't go first because that would have been my guess as well. But, as a survey people would know, and as I am a man of the people, I would guess the man of the people would say Marvin Harrison Jr.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. Not on the board. Not even on the board. Oh, come on, guys. All right, so Matt, would you like to play or pass? So that means just to help you out here a little bit. You can either choose if you think you have the best shot of getting the other 6 answers correct, then you will play. If you don't think that you'll be able to get the other 6 answers correct, you'll probably want to pass it to Rich, make him play, and then if he doesn't do it, then you only have to answer one correctly to steal all the points. So, Matt, play or pass?
And I'm gonna do the smart thing here and just pass this one off to Rich, let him try to figure out all the mess, and then just pick up the pieces at the end.
There you go. All right, Rich. Which young receiver will break out this year? We already have the number 3 response in Garret Wilson. Rich, who would you say is the next most likely young wide receiver to break out this season?
The next young wide receiver to break out this season, according to the people, will be Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Jackson Smith and Jigba is the number 2 response on the board with 9 points. So, Rich, you have gotten the number 2 and number 3 correct responses. We are still looking for the top answer, as well as if it helps, this won't help at all, but 4-way tie for 3rd place or 4th place. So,
okay,
Rich, what's your next response for which young receiver will break out this season?
Let's go with Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers survey says incorrect. That is your first strike, Rich.
Okay.
Incorrect for Zay Flowers.
That's fair. What if we went with... It's kind of weird because I'm trying to think of this guy broke out last year.
You got to think like the people. Think like your average nerd herder.
Oh, man. So I'm going to go with Tank T. Higgins.
Tank T. Higgins. All right. So is T. Higgins your final answer?
Yes.
All right. T. Higgins is incorrect. That's 2 strikes. Matt, be prepared over there. As he's answering his last one, you have an opportunity to steal. All you need to do is get 1 correct response on the board, and you steal all the points. So, Rich, give me your final answer for who you think the young wide receiver to break out this year will be.
Man, I could go Justin Jefferson here. I could go Puka Nakua. But I'm going to go Tank Dell because Matt's otherwise going to steal my answer. So, Tank Dell?
Tank Dell, survey says incorrect. Tank Dell.
Unbelievable, Nerdherd. You failed me once again.
Oh, the Nerdherd let you down, Rich. But you could still get the points if Matt doesn't come up with the correct response here. Matt, which young wide receiver will break out this season?
Can I get a George Pickens?
Oh, kick me in the
Survey
nuggets.
says, ding, ding, ding. The number 4 response on the board was George Pickens. Number 1, I think you start at the bottom. All right.
Oh, I should have said Drake London. Unbelievable.
Number 7, Jameson Williams. Number 6, Chris Olave. Number 5, Christian Watson. Number 4, which has been answered, George Pickens. Number 3, which has been answered, is Garrett Wilson. Number 2, which has been answered, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And the number 1 response, Drake London. All right, so Matt, you get all the points from this round. So that are all the points that you got correct anyway. So you have 19 points right now, Matt. So we will now go to our second question. So, Rich, you get to answer first this time, my friend. Name a quarterback that will pass for over 4,000 yards, but not rush for over 300.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow survey says the number 2 response on the board, Joe Burrow, 9 points. Matt, you have to get the number 1 response to steal this from Rich. So, Matt, name a quarterback that will pass for over 4,000 yards, but not rush for over 300 in 2024.
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott is not on the board. Rich, you get to decide pass or play.
Yeah, that was gonna be my second guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass along here and let Matt get in these weeds, and I just gotta find one guy out of the 4 that he's about to miss.
All right, Matt, go ahead. Give me the quarterback that will rush for over 4,000, pass for over 4,000 yards, but not rush for over 300.
All right, let me see. What do the contestants normally say? No, it's the survey says. That's the host guy. Never mind. I'm getting
survey says
Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy.
All right, we have a request for a Brock Purdy on the board, but that is incorrect. It is not in the survey.
So that's 1X,
all right.
huh?
That's 1X for you. All
Why is
right,
Brock Purdy
Matt.
not on that list? He's not. He's definitely
Take it
not
up with the
You've
Nerdherders.
literally guessed the two guys I would have guessed in order: Dak Prescott, and Brock Purdy. I would have guessed both those names in order.
Dak prostate.
Yeah, gotta get checked now. I'm getting old. You know what I mean? Get your fingers up there, Doc. Tell me what's kind of ice cream I'm delivering.
Can I go now? Jared Goff. Jared Goff's got to be on there, right?
Jared Goff is the number 3 response on the board. Jared Goff worth 8 points. So Jared Goff up there for 8. So Matt, we're still looking for the number 1 and then 4 through 7. Number 1 and 4 through 7.
Tua has got to be on this list, right?
Tua, you would think, but he is not on the list.
Our brains are so symbiotic.
All right, it's not Tua.
All right, so Rich, be thinking because right now
I got
there's plenty of responses.
I have a guy locked in.
I mean, CJ Stroud, right? Come on.
CJ Stroud, survey says
Young and nimble.
the number 4 response on the board, CJ Stroud.
Yes.
All right, so far you have the number 2, the number 3, and the number 4 response taken. We're still looking for number 1, and we are looking for 5 through 7.
Rumors there's a guy in Baltimore that is pretty cemented down there because of all those crab cakes he's been eating.
All right. I think he got skinny again this year. That's what he said. Jeez. Do I go? All right. Jordan Love. Come on. Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. Survey says the number 6 response on the board, Jordan Love. Jordan Love.
Damn,
Matt
I thought I was
is
good on that one.
Clearing the board here. We have the 1st, the 5th, and the 7th response still available. Matt, take your next guess. Name a quarterback that will pass for over 4,000 yards, but not rush for over 300 in 2024.
You know what? I decided I don't want to pass. I will play this round, Garrett.
You're in now? All right.
Let's just. All right. So I got 2 guys I'm kind of grappling over, and they're both kind of injury prone older guys. And I'm trying to figure out if these are going to be survey worthy guys or not. I'm just going to go for them. Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, survey says the number 1 response on the board, Captain Kirk Cousins. So we have 1 through 4 and response number 6 taken. There are only 2 spots left, Matt. Only 2 ways to take this. You have 2 strikes.
I
Matt,
know I do, man.
Give me the guy that's going to pass for over 4,000 yards, but not rush for over 300 in 2024.
All right. Give me Matthew Stafford. It's got to be on there.
Gosh,
all right.
Oh my guys.
Survey says Matthew Stafford, the number 7 response. Matt's cleaning up the board after early struggles. Matt, you are down to the final response here. Can you finish it off? Who do you have as a quarterback that will pass for over 4,000 yards but not rush for over 300 in 2024?
I should have played.
Yeah, you should have. You should have.
This is too easy. I was just trying to be generous because I played the last one, so I was like, let's just make this a fair show. And I should let my total destruction and narcissism take place here, and let me just do all the talking. But here we are, about to become a loser.
All right, give me Baker Mayfield. Let's rub it in. Come on, last one. Baker Mayfield. Give it to him.
Baker Mayfield, survey says incorrect. Matt did fantastic getting 6 of the possible 7 answers off the board, but there is still 1 response left. Rich, you're telling me there's a chance. Who do you have as a quarterback?
Don't fail me now.
Who do you have as
a Aaron Rodgers on the board, please?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
Aaron
my God.
Rodgers, the number 5 player on the board. Rich takes round 2.
I thought I was toast. But
A.A. Ron, man.
bread.
I can't believe I forgot about A.A. Ron. Dang.
I can't believe you forgot either.
You said 2 old guys, and apparently it was Kirk Cousins and just Matt Stafford, which I was on both those, and I was like, oh, man, he's also got Aaron Rodgers up in that list, too.
All right, so 52 points for you there, Rich. That gives you a solid lead.
Thank you so much.
52 to 19.
You know,
all right.
I couldn't have done it without Matt. I really want to thank him for that round, for cleaning up, being the mop, the broom to
your dustpan.
Yes, thank you so much.
The broom to your bread.
Yeah, I thought I was toast, but I was bread. Bread equals money.
Rich's mixed analogies are the best. Come on.
I love it.
What? Bread equals money. Get hip, nerd. I literally just made the spot.
So, Matt, here we go.
All right, here we go.
You get to answer first this time. This is round 3. Top 5 answers on the board.
Ooh,
Top 5 answers on the board here. Matt, the 2025 101 rookie pick in Superflex Dynasty Leagues will be.
Superflex Dynasty Leagues will be
rookie,
Sanders.
the number 1 rookie.
Yeah, Sanders. Sherrod Sanders. Or what's his first name?
Shador Sanders.
Shador Sanders.
Shador Sanders is correct. The number 3 response on the board. So, Rich, there are 2 players that would be ahead of Shador Sanders on our survey. Can you get either one of them?
I got to get it just so I could pass, because neither me or Matt are going to know all these rookies.
There's only 5. Only 5.
I'm going to go Carson Beck.
Carson Beck is the number 1 response for the 101 rookie pick. Rich, based on your earlier comments, I'm assuming you're going to pass this over to Matt.
I'm going to play, because then I just got to get a couple the big names and then pass it to Matt, and he won't know. Let's go.
Okay.
The first guess, God, this is going to be tough because I don't know anything. And I have nothing. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to look at anything here online. But I am going to go Luther Burden.
Luther Burden for the 101 pick in Superflex Dynasty Leagues. Survey says, ding, 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 ding. The number 2 response on the board, Luther Burden with 10 points. So we have the 1, the 2, and the 3 off the board. This is where it gets a little more difficult. We've got the 2 bottom responses for the 101 next year. Rich, who do you think?
I can't pronounce his first name, but don't give me Tetanus McMillan.
All right. Survey says he should be, but the Nerdherd isn't ready for that yet. So he was not one of our top 5 responses on the board. So that is your first strike, Rich. You have 2 possible answers left to give.
Show me what people don't know and give me Quinn Ewers.
Quinn Ewers. Number 5 response on the board, Quinn Ewers with 4 total votes. So we are down to the number 4 response, the only player left. Who do you think it is?
Well, I just named all the quarterbacks that I know.
And I'm all tapped out as well. So this is going to be fun.
Should I just give you 2 more strikes to pass it to Matt so you win?
No, I want to eliminate one more name that I could possibly think of here. And let's go with
You have 2 guesses still you can do.
Oh, I have 2? All right, let's go.
Only 1 strike.
Let's go Ollie Gordon, running back.
Ollie Gordon. Ding, 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 ding. You got all the board. You swept it. Congratulations, Rich. Well done. Look at that little celebration dance there out of our.
This is me sweeping the floor with Matt O'Hara.
All right, let me add up all of your points quickly.
Wow,
so
am I a Devi guy now?
Are you a Devi guy now? Did this just happen?
What was that? Who was that? I don't know him personally. I didn't even introduce myself, which is even the rudest part about this whole conversation. Froton, is that it? The guy?
Yeah.
He had that long
Eric?
shirt on at Expo, and it said like something. I was like, that's a long way to say Devi.
And he was so offended. He's like, no, this is college fantasy football.
Yeah, he was
jerk.
like, I could tell by his face, like he was kind of pissed off at me, which
he was
is
having
fine.
fun. He was
Hence why I didn't introduce myself afterwards. I'd been drinking.
I'm from Fantasy Pros.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ray Garvin.
All right. So, Rich, you are ahead 2-1. We are playing best of 5. But, Rich, you get the first opportunity in this one to give your response. So, top 5 answers on the board. Rich Dotson, who is the biggest fantasy football bust of the past 15 years? Biggest fantasy football bust of the past 15 years.
Well, this is one I take no pride in saying. My soapbox ended up being a cardboard box, and it crumpled beneath my feet. He disappointed me. He disappointed you all. He's got 3 names, and all 3 names might as well be 3 strikes because it was a whiff. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Survey says number 4 response on the board, CEH Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So, Matt, you do have a possibility of getting one of the top 3 here. Rich got the number 4 response in Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Who would you say was the biggest fantasy bust of the past 15 years?
Oh, there's so many. 15 years is such a long time.
It's a long time, lots of busts.
I can barely remember past like 5 years ago, but okay. I'm going to say Treylon Burks. I know he's top of mind just because he's so bad and it was so recently. So I'm going to say that.
Survey says incorrect. The Nerdherders didn't agree with you as that being one of the top 5 biggest busts of the past 15 years. So, Rich, would you like to pass or play?
I'm going to play, Garrett.
Okay.
I'm trying to put the pressure on Matt. Jared said I could phone a friend, but I don't think that's the same game show. So we'll sit here and sit back. But I'm going to go ahead and play. This is tough. It's probably going to cost by playing, but I'm worried about not getting enough out there. And I'm going to go ahead and just get right into it. Speaking of Ray Garvin, please show me Jalen Reagor.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Reagor, one of the biggest busts of the past 15 years. Survey says no for Jalen Reagor. Okay. Not one of the biggest busts of the past 15 years, according to our nerd herders.
For where they're drafted, show me, I'm not joking here. I'm not joking. J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins. Survey says incorrect. Rich, that's 2 strikes. Wow. There are still 4 possible answers on the board for biggest fantasy football bust over the past 15 years.
You know what? I want to route this all wrong. All wrong. I feel like the kid from Sandlot. But let's flip up the format here and go super flex and show me your mom's best friend, Zach Wilson.
He's got to be
Zach Wilson. Incorrect. Not on the board. Nerders.
Wow, no love for me, but only for your mom's best friend. Oh, son of a gun wax.
So, Matt, this is your opportunity here to be able to steal some points and make us go to that 5th round.
All right. I mean, this is going to be tough. There's, like I said, this is such a large time frame, and I can only think back so far because this is. I'm going Trey Lance, and I'm going to cross my fingers and just hope. You know what I mean?
That's a good one.
Trey Lance. Survey says the number 2 response on the board is Trey Lance.
Yes.
Let's look at it from number 5 up. At number 5, we have Eddie Lacy. At number 4.
What? Eddie Lacy wasn't a bust. He was started. He was like a running back one for 1 year. Oh, nerd.
Talk to the people. Number 4, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Number 3, N'Keal Harry.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2, Trey Lance. And number 1, near and dear to all of our hearts, can't believe you guys didn't guess it, Trent Richardson.
Which is odd because Eddie Lacy and Trent Richardson both had at least 1 year of usability. You know, like
they did.
Zach Wilson, I don't even know if he had a game of usability. Jalen Reagor, did he have a game? I think 1 game maybe with like New England or something, but
sure.
Trey Lance had nothing. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So it's 2-2. So we do need to go to our 5th tiebreaker round. The winner of this round will move to our fast money round. All right. Man. Here we go. So Matt, with winning the coin toss, he gets to be the first one to respond here. Matt, which tight end is most likely to bust this season?
Tight ends most likely to bust
this season.
People have high expectations for. I'm going to say Trey McBride.
Trey McBride. Survey says the number 4 response on the board is Trey McBride. Rich, there are 3 responses ahead of that. Who would you say is the tight end most likely to bust this season?
David Njoku.
David Njoku is number 3, just ahead of the number 4, Trey McBride. So, Rich, pass or play?
Play.
All right, Rich is going to play. We have 2 of the 6 responses already off the board.
Okay.
Rich, who would you say is the tight end that the people thought was most likely to bust this season?
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, the number 1 response on the board. Kyle Pitts.
No
we
faith
have
out there,
1.
huh? Jeez.
And no love, no faith. So number 1, 3, and 4 off the board. We're still looking for response number 2, 5, and 6.
Okay. I think the Nerdherd is worried about the age here. You know, once you get past 35, you're pretty close. You could be the president of the United States. I don't see the president of the United States playing NFL at tight end, more like a loose end. So I'm going to go ahead and go Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce is the number 2 response on the board. We have answers 1 through 4 snatched up by Rich Dotson here. Rich, you have no strikes. You got to be feeling pretty good. 3 possible guesses left.
Yeah, my nipples just got a little bit more sensitive, so I am feeling pretty good. Just need a good squeeze here to really take me over the edge. But let's go ahead and take that back a little bit, and let's go George Kittle.
George Kittle, survey says the number 5 response on the board, George Kittle. Rich, no strikes, and only 1 player left to guess.
Okay.
Who would you say tight end most likely to bust this season?
My strategy here is just literally name the top guys so far.
So good.
Let's go stick with another top guy here. Let's go because listen, I believe in haters. They exist. So they're just going to take the top guys. Let's go Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, survey says incorrect.
Okay.
Not one of the top 6 options.
You know, honestly, expect it from the Nerdherd. Too bright. Let's go ahead and flip the script here, and let's go from the old to the young. And some people just don't have confidence in rookies, and they expect busts. You know, let's go ahead and go Brock Bowers.
Ooh, Brock Bowers. Is he on the board? Incorrect.
Bad guess. I knew it was a bad guess out the gate. As soon as the BB left my mouth, I was like, man, I'm not a gun. This isn't smart. Just don't call me Red Rider. Let's go ahead and go the last guy who
response.
finished real high last year, and let's go double E, Evan Ingram.
Let's check the board and see what it says. Do we see Evan Ingram? Incorrect. No Evan Ingram. Matt, you have 1 chance to steal the game and play in our fast money round. Matt, give me the tight end most likely to bust this season.
Well, this is really unfortunate. Evan Ingram was my guy. He was my ace in the hole, so to speak, and that turned out to be a total
I should have
bust.
said Cole Kmet.
I know, right? Does he qualify? All right, here's I don't like this response, but Rich isn't going to like this response. But what about Dalton Kincaid?
Dalton Kincaid. Did the Nerdherd betray Rich and his husband?
If I lose to blasphemy to my husband.
Ding, ding, ding. The number 6 response on the board. Dalton Kincaid.
I'm shutting it down. Dynasty Nerds no longer exist. It no longer exists. Get your Dynasty information elsewhere. There will be no more podcasts. There will be no more websites. There'll be no more rankings. I hope it was a good run, Matt. 11 years. I feel good for all our time spent here. You've been a great co-host, Garret. I wish I could say the same for you. But that's it. I'm done.
Well, it was a fun ride. But for kicks and giggles, we'll still have Matt do the fast money round, even though we no longer exist. All right. Matt, let me explain fast money to you real quick.
Please do, because I'm kind of confused.
All right. So this is rapid fire questions, which I know is your favorite. You love not having time to process and think. So, rapid fire questions. You have 25 seconds. I will ask you 5 questions. All right. Your response will get a total number of points. If that total number of points exceeds 50, you are our grand champion. If not, you're just like a mid-level champion that won the first round but didn't win it all. You're like the Buffalo Bills.
Oh man. So I'm more than 50 points below Rich. Is that what's kind of happening right now? Or does
No. You
effect?
won. You won.
I beat Rich.
This is just
Okay.
the fast money round.
If this was real Family Feud, I would have won because I would have had the most points. But listen, this isn't real. Dynasty Nerds isn't real anymore. You guys, our friendship's not real anymore. So let's just keep going into Fantasyland. Let's go, Snow White.
All right, here we go. Matt, are you ready? Let me get my stopwatch up. You have 25 seconds on the board.
I am ready. You guys blanked out for like a half a second there, so let's hope this goes all right.
Did we blank out or did you blank out?
They probably blanked out.
All right.
It's not like you guys were talking the whole time.
My dream in life has been to play fast money one day.
And here I am.
Here is your chance, too.
Here you are.
All right, here we go. Fast money. We're going to start the clock right after I'm finished reading the first question. Name a wide receiver or tight end that's a lock to get over 80 receptions in 2024.
Evan Ingram. I'm looking right at him. Sorry.
All right. Which quarterback will be the biggest bust this season?
I'm sorry. Quarterback, you said?
Yep.
Shiitake.
Quick, Matt, quick.
But Baker Mayfield.
All right. Marvin Harrison will have how many 1,000-yard seasons?
7.
All right. Time's up. You didn't even get to the last 2 questions. You were way too slow.
What a massive disappointment.
All right. But just for fun, I'll let you answer these. There'll be an asterisk, though.
All
right. Name a startup player people regret taking in the top 4 rounds of their dynasty startup.
Listen, I don't like these questions. I'm just gonna.
Matt, you won. This is your punishment. You won. Deal with it.
What is the question? I didn't even listen.
You didn't even listen. You're supposed to have 25 seconds. You're having like 3 minutes. All right, name a player.
Hold on. I'm gonna take off my headphones and then wave to me, and let me just see if I could have beat Matt. Let me just see if I could have beat Matt. How about that?
Okay. All right. Rich will get a chance to do it right after you. All right. Matt, name a player in startups that people regret taking in the first 4 rounds.
This isn't how my brain works, and I pass.
Oh my gosh. All right. If CMC is not the RB1 this season, who will be?
This
is the slowest fast money round of all time.
I was going to say Jahmyr Gibbs, but I hate that answer. But go ahead.
Nope, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yep.
Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay. All right. So let me make sure I got all your answers right because I wasn't able to write them down as we went. So you said for Evan Ingram was your tight end.
Sure.
That you said guaranteed to get 80 receptions this year. Quarterback that would be the biggest bust. Who did you say?
I don't even remember.
Awesome. All right. Marvin Harrison Jr. will have how many 1,000-yard seasons?
I think I said 7, but it should be much higher than
7.
Yeah.
All right. 7.
Yeah.
And then pass. And then Gibbs.
How many people took pass on that question? Did I get any points on my pass?
Not many. All right.
Not many,
so I'll give you guys your answers at the end. Rich, go ahead. Come on, Rich. You can join.
All right. That was fun sitting there in silence. I have no idea what the last 2 questions are. And honestly, I forget what the first ones were. I just remember
Matt did terrible.
Evan Ingram.
Matt did terrible.
Not a shot.
That's not my thing. Not my thing.
All right.
Answering.
All right. So here we go, Rich. You got 25 seconds.
Give me 24. That's all I need.
All right. You're like Jack Bauer over here. All right. Let's do this. I will read the first question and then I will start the clock. Name a wide receiver or tight end that's a lock to get over 80 receptions in 2024.
Tyreek Hill.
Which quarterback will be the biggest bust this season?
Tua Tagovailoa.
Marvin Harrison Jr. will have how many 1,000-yard seasons?
10.
Name a player that that you will regret taking in the top 4 rounds of your dynasty startup.
Bijan
Hurry up.
Robinson. Oh, it's bad.
If CMC is not RB1 this season, who will be?
Brees Hall.
All right.
I don't want to say Bijan. I want to say Jamar Chase. Damn it.
All right. Here we go. So let me write down all your answers. So you said player that's a lock. You said Tyreek Hill, right? To get over 80 receptions.
Yes. Yep.
You said QB that would be the biggest bust. You said Tua.
I don't know why Tua was the first one that came to my mind, but he was.
Marvin Harrison, you said 10 1,000-yard seasons.
Minimum.
Player that people regret taking in the top 4 rounds of their dynasty startup. You said Bijan.
Another bad
and then,
guess. And
then you said Brees Hall will be the RB1 if CMC is not, correct?
Yeah, easy money there. Easy money there.
All right. So for the first question, Matt's response. Evan Ingram for a wide receiver or tight end that's a lock to get 80 receptions.
0 points.
0 points, not on the board. Tyreek Hill.
It should be, but all right. No, I get it.
5th best answer, Tyreek Hill for Rich there. So
who's number 1?
He gets 4 points. Number 1 response was Amon-Ra St. Brown with 12.
Oh,
CeeDee Lamb with 11. Justin Jefferson with 9. Travis Kelce with 7. Tyreek Hill with 4. And then surprisingly, for as much as they hated on him in an earlier question, Dalton Kincaid with 4.
You can't have it both ways.
But
what is going on right here?
You shut down a website over falsehoods.
All right.
Unbelievable.
Which quarterback will be the biggest bust this season? Matt couldn't think of one. And he couldn't remember who he said.
I think it might have been Baker, but
it was Baker. Not on the board. Neither was Tua, though. Neither was Tua.
Bad guess.
Is it like Jordan Love?
Starting at the bottom, working our way up at 8, Jalen Hurts. Number 7, Justin Herbert. Number 6, Trevor Lawrence. Number 5, Jordan Love. Number 4, Aaron Rodgers. Number 3, Deshaun Watson. Number 2, Anthony Richardson. Number 1, C.J. Stroud.
Ooh.
All right. Marvin Harrison Jr. will have how many 1,000-yard seasons? Matt said 7. Rich said 10. 7 was the second most popular response. 10 was the 4th most popular response. So it went, so Matt got 15 points there for that one.
I finally got points. Yay.
You finally got points. And Rich got 5 points. So it went 6 seasons, 10 seasons, 9 seasons, 7 seasons, and the top response was 8 seasons with 19. All right. Name a player people regret taking in the top 4 rounds of their dynasty startup. Matt said pass. So he didn't get one. Rich said Bijan Robinson, who was not on the board. So we come to our final question.
Same response, Rich. You just picked a bad
same result.
player.
I immediately wanted to switch to Mr. Consistability, Jamar Chase.
There you go. The top answers were Trey McBride, Jonathan Taylor, Puka Nacua, Travis Etienne, Anthony Richardson, and then I'm surprised neither one of you said this one, Kyron Williams.
Who's taking any of those guys in the first round of a startup?
Top 4 rounds.
Oh, that's why I said Bijan. I thought it was the first round, in the first round of the startup.
No,
okay.
First 4 rounds. Last question. If CMC is not RB1 this season.
And for reference, first 4 rounds was just too much information.
It was too big for you?
Hurt your head. To squeeze down and get my head around. So that's why I passed.
There you go.
He thought it was the 1970s biker. Too broad.
Too broad.
All right. If CMC is not the RB1 this season, who will be? Matt said Jahmyr Gibbs. That is the 5th best response with 3 points. Rich said Brees Hall, which was number 2 with 28 points.
Oof.
So overall, Rich won the fake money round, fast money round.
Which I was not a part of.
Which you were not actually.
But overall, I was the real winner. So that's what we need to come out from this.
There we go. So that wraps up the Family Feud. So I'll let you guys take it away for anything else you want to say.
It was fun. It was fun. That's as much as I could say. I have a dynasty question that I've been talking to you guys about yesterday. No, we're gonna answer to the Nerdherd here this too, because I'm in a league. You guys already know the premise. I have no receivers, right?
Okay.
Sometimes when you take trades, you lose them, but you make your team better. Would you guys trade Caleb Williams for Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jalen Wright?
And Jalen Wright, I would do that. I think in that Superflex tight end premium league that you're in that
Yes.
specific circumstance, you've got four other good quarterbacks, right?
2 other good ones, Jaden Daniels, Pat Mahomes, and then I have Daniel Jones and Aiden O'Connell. Good enough.
Oh, okay. I think that's enough depth that I would feel okay with that move. And Wright, I mean, he's been getting a lot of good pub, and he looked really good in that first preseason.
Every day I read about him, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I would be
okay
willing to do that too. I think it's really close between those two guys, even just in like a rookie draft. I mean, we've seen Marvin go 101 over Caleb Williams, so I think it's close. But yeah, you get Jalen Wright on top of it. I think that's worth it. And you trade for need, and you need receivers.
Yeah, those are fun. Let us know, Nerdherd. Do you want to see if you want to do more of those? Like, those are fun shows you could do, like, that are just fun that we could do on top of like informational. Probably off-season shows, not in-season shows, but yeah, still that's fun. We could do some Jeopardy, some more Nerdherd. I'm glad that the Nerdherd got to be a part of the show and come through and be the survey itself. Now,
yeah,
some of those things were very disappointing, of course. Very disappointed. I mean, everybody picking Dalton Kincaid was a huge disappointment. And then saying that he's going to have 1,000 receptions, which is, which allowed me to continue to do the show and bring Dynasty Nerds back.
We're back, baby.
For a rebirth. So luckily you guys picked him for 1,000 receptions, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, it was a ton of fun, man. I loved Family Feud. This is something we talked about like 6 months ago of doing. So it was good to see it come to fruition.
And absolutely. And maybe if we do this more often, I won't be so bad at the lightning round.
I doubt that.
We'll see.
Now go work on your bold predictions.
There you go.
You need 2 weeks notice.
Another horrible thing that I have to do. Okay, we'll do.
All right, boys. And I will see you guys on Tuesday.
Sounds good, guys. Adios.
Arrivederci.